Hello, friends. It's Susan Axelrod here, your confidence coach. Well, somehow we made it to Friday. What a week it's been. Yesterday, I had a very emotional live at 5 that I shared with you. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining me. Yesterday, I had a very emotional live at 5 that I shared with you. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I should share something so personal or how it would go. And I'm so glad I did. I've had so many comments from people personally thanking me for sharing my story about Zachary and for helping really frame out the idea of how something good can come out of something horrible, as well as Wayne Dyer's quote, change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. And so, I'm here to sort of just say that it's okay to be as real as you can be and be authentic. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for joining me today. In this world that we're in, it's more often that you feel that people are inauthentic, that you have questions about, what's behind the curtain of people's lives. And so in my Facebook Live at 5, I have worked to keep it very real with you. And that's what I was doing yesterday. If you didn't have a chance to see that Facebook Live at 5, I encourage you to do so. You can find all of my many videos right on my video page on this personal Facebook page. Another thing happened this morning after just yesterday when I told that story about something, my birthday 8 years ago. You know how Facebook sends those Facebook reminders of things that happened in your life previously? Well, this very morning, June 7th, Facebook sent one of those reminders that it was my own post, and it said, going to Boston for my birthday. And so I, if you believe, wonder if that was sort of Zachary saying, hey, to me. So it's all kind of weird if you believe that stuff, but I kind of do believe that, people from the other side do reach out in various ways to connect with you in your life. So, okay, so enough about that. I just wanted to make reference because honestly, I think that was the most outreach and, sort of outpouring of connection and engagement about one of my Facebook Live at 5s. So, hi friends, it's Friday. How has your week been? My week has been great. I've had a lot of great stuff going on, but I've also had a few real moments as you witnessed yourself, and then there's other stuff always going on in the background. So today I wanted to do a little mini coaching workshop for my Facebook Live at 5 on the topic of breakthrough. What is a breakthrough? The reason that I'm going to talk about this today is that I made a decision that to honor my own birthday, I'm going to give gifts to others. And so every Friday, I am going to pull a name from people who have joined me today. I have a couple of you with me if you want to write a comment so I remember that you were here just right. Hi, Susan. That's all you need to do. And your name is going to go into a drawing for an absolutely free, no strings attached, personal breakthrough coaching session. And so I have the person's name and I'm going to announce it before I finish today. So my Facebook Lives are only 20 minutes, so stay tuned and make a comment, okay? Now, if you're watching this by video, you can also make a comment and I'll catch you for next time as well. Okay, let's talk about personal breakthrough. What is it? Why does it matter? How does it all go? Look, we are human, organic beings. And mostly we go along in life, we're perfectly okay. But for many people, probably most people, you have this thing deep down in you that you want. But when you think about this thing that you want, it may be in different areas of your life, you come up against what I call resistance or blocks. You just come up against, this block in your life. Now, this may be big. It may be about getting a new job. It may be about a relationship. It may be about any kind of thing, your relationship with your mother or anything. When you find yourself in that resistance, then other things begin to happen in your life. If it's really bad long-term resistance, it actually, you integrate this resistance and negativity into your being, and it could manifest as, getting sick in some way. But mostly, it's not that serious, but the ideal way that we want to live is what I call being in this okay state. Just being in an okay state. What does that mean? It means like being calm. C-A-L-M, calm. It means like feeling calm. So let me give you an example of a breakthrough that I just had myself. You may or may not know, of course, I plastered it all over my Facebook page and my LinkedIn profile. I'm going to be speaking on a global summit 1 week from today at 11 a.m. Eastern next Friday. Now, I'm a speaker. I've been a professional paid speaker for decades, and I come on every day for Facebook Live. However, this is a first-time type of thing that I'm doing. So being that I'm human, I have my own resistance around it. I have my own questions, like what if it doesn't go well? What if people don't come? What if a lot of these things happen? Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining me today. I'm talking about personal breakthrough right now. So I've got my own areas of resistance that come up. I was just talking about the idea of this summit next week. I've got this little tiny bit of resistance around it. Like, ooh, what if it doesn't go well? It's so important, but what if it doesn't go well? And so in this example, I want to help you understand there is an opportunity for a personal breakthrough. The personal breakthrough is for me to bring the pieces together, to sew up, to meld the pieces together, to bring them into a nice, comfortable, aligned place, and say to myself to break through those mental concerns, to break through that negative thinking and say, what if it does go well? What if it exceeds even my wildest expectations? Or what if it's good enough? Like, me, I'm on the platform of okay, right? What's this? Everybody knows this by now. Susan's golden rule, get okay with being okay. For me, okay is I just get through it, right? I just get through it. That, even when I say that, even just now when I said that, I could feel this, this sense of movement, of motion, of flow forward, or of coming together in alignment. Because you know what? I probably can get through it just fine. I probably can at least get through it just fine, right? Now, it would be nice if it was a lot more, right? Well, what do? What's the breakthrough to the resistance of a lot more, right? Practice, practice, commitment, praying, meditating, maybe journaling. What is it that I want to say? What is the impact that I want to make? And all of that is how you break through these ideas that block you up, that create resistance in your life. And so in my personal breakthrough coaching sessions, which I'm giving away, I'm going to give away one every week this month for my birthday. In my personal breakthrough sessions, I work with people and I help them to breathe. I help them to come to conscious awareness at this time in this space that we are, to say things out loud, to articulate a problem if there is one, and to have those conversations, like I call them strategy conversations. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if it goes well? What if the best happens? And bring a client to a place of confidence in this space that we are together. Now, this confidence sustains. How do I know? Because people tell me all the time, That one, here's something that happened. God's honest truth. I think it was this week, earlier in this week, somebody Facebook messaged me and told me that I helped her in 1995 break through a resistance to starting what today we would call a side hustle. I think it was like a side business from her primary job. And she thanked me. God's honest truth. That was 1995. That's what she said. I didn't really remember. But that's how I know that was just a total validation. Yay, somebody's giving me a thumbs up. Thank you. Hi, William Bly, brother-in-law of mine. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm talking about breakthrough. I'm talking about personal breakthrough. Breaking through the resistance and blocks that catch us up, that stop us and prevent us from smoothly flowing forward. Now, I use the word flow because I want you to have that visual of this. Yes, flow, right? Like the waters flow, right? The waves come up, they come up, they come up, they keep flowing. The water flows. And that's the place that you want to be in. And so that's why I do this personal breakthrough work. Most people, even people who are generally okay most of the time, my friend Lisa is on here, and she wrote a comment on one of, I don't know if it was to me personally, saying that time that I said it was okay to be busy and just get okay with being busy, that helped her and that sustained. By the way, that's me right now, Lisa. So really, mostly what we do is we hate on ourselves for these things that we know we shouldn't do, right? In that should category, things that we know we shouldn't be doing. Oh, I shouldn't think this way. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that, right? And I like to give permission to say, go right ahead. Give yourself a break. Be the human you are. It's okay to have that thought. I don't ever say, oh, you should never think a negative thought. No, that's ridiculous because we're human. The only thing I say is think your thought, get through it, and figure out, if you can imagine the possibility. That's my coaching tagline. Imagine the possibility that thing could be another way. Imagine the possibility that thing that you're thinking isn't the worst thing in the world. Imagine the possibility that thing could actually have a positive return or a positive outcome, even though in this moment it feels like it's hard to take a breath. And so in my personal breakthrough sessions and for personal breakthrough, I encourage you to take a breath. Take a breath, take a deep breath. Most of us are in a shallow breathing state. We're like breathing up here, right close to the top. We're in this shallow breathing space. And I want to encourage you to breathe all the way down. Just take in that deep breath and allow your systems to work. And in that moment, believe it or not, you're actually having a miraculous breakthrough. In that single moment that you just took that big deep breath all the way in and down, you are actually having a miraculous breakthrough in that moment. You just broke through that negative thinking, that negative patterning. Lisa says, reminds me of something else I heard. What's the worst that can happen? Well, Lisa, you are such a healthy and whole person that you know what is the worst that can happen. The worst that can happen is probably something I can deal with. Some people imagine the worst that could happen is beyond their ability to deal with it or cope. But thank you so much for bringing that up, because in my personal breakthrough work and in my, in this session, this little talk on breaking through, I do want you to imagine what's the worst that could happen. Well, it may be bad, but I'm still going to be able to breathe. and I may be able to figure something out. You know, something I remember, I remember I was a very young professional in my mid-20s probably. And I remember I lied to my boss. I said that I can't remember exactly the details. I think I said that I was going somewhere for work, and I went to a store, and he went to the same store and saw me. I really can't remember the details. It wasn't like the worst thing in the world, but as a highly ethical being, you know, the type A perfectionist also that I was at that time, I thought that I died. I thought that I had died, right? You know, it was just too much. I was a young person. I didn't have wisdom and maturity. I only had this state of intensity of thinking that everything needed to be perfect. And, you know, what the worst was that could happen was he did nail me on it. But we got through it, and here I am today, 30 years later, sitting talking to you about it. And that's one of the things that I bring, that I help you, that I encourage you to find, is perspective. One of the ways that we can, you know, one of the outcomes that we can have in personal breakthrough is perspective. And when I say that, I wonder if that, you know, like opens up a lot for you, right? Perspective is everything. When something seems bad, your own perspective probably could tell you, well, it's not as bad as that other thing that happened that time, right? This is bad, but I have wisdom, I have maturity, I have experience, I have tools, techniques, strategies, support, love, maybe God, if God is in your pocket, you know, a team, a family, people who love me, all of these things to support me to break through this moment of block and resistance, right? If you don't understand what personal breakthrough is, if you don't understand your opportunity to, you know, basically stand in your own self energy and be able to break through whatever you want, whenever you want, then you live in this place where, you know, it feels like the layers are covering you, right? That you live in this place where it feels like, you know, like arms are wrapping around you, not in the loving way, in the, you know, holding you tightly way, right? Keeping you down in resistance. And our job is this. Our job is this, is opening up, literally opening up your physical body structure, opening up this chest cavity here, this chest space, lifting up here, so that, you know, in this stance that you have, you're open, you're more in charge, and you can feel a greater sense of confidence. So, you know, of course, that I do a lot of stretching and breathing. In my 20-minute Zen retreats, I start with stretching and breathing, and I talk about stretching back the shoulder muscles. This time, I'm talking about this physical structure, this physical stance for a different purpose. I'm talking about it related to today's topic, which is personal breakthrough. If you are at the wall, if something happened that is difficult for you, then if you lift up your physical body, if you bring it up here and you open up your stance, you're going to literally like break the shackles. Like literally, when I just did that, I felt like you could break those chains that are around you. Now, is this like magic and miracles? No, come on. I get it. I get that life is hard. I get it that there's maybe a lot, if you excuse the expression, a lot of shit going down around you. I get that. Most of us have a lot of stuff in our lives like that. The opportunity to understand and to feel personal breakthrough is to lift up, open up, and break those binds, break those ties that bind you, and take in that full breath and say, I'm okay. I got this. And even this may be bad, this may be bad, but it's not the end of my world as I know it. And that's personal breakthrough. Now, I just want to take one more minute to talk about, hi, Nechama, thanks for joining me. I just want to take one more minute to talk about a different kind of personal breakthrough. And that is, there's something I want to do. Something I want to do, but I can't do it. Oh, I could never do that. I could never get that. Those things don't happen to me. That's not real for me. Well, there's one person in my Facebook family who started following me over the last several months, and I am watching her break through those limiting thoughts every day. And now she's like, maybe I can. Maybe I am good enough. Maybe I can do that. And I want to ask you if you get what I'm talking about. And, imagine the possibility that you could break through that next level of business. Could be said that you already have broken through that next level of business if you're even just thinking about that. But even that next level, maybe I could up level it more. Maybe I could have some kind of relationship with my cousin, sister, brother, mother, daughter, whom I'm not currently talking to. That kind of personal breakthrough. Maybe I could, clean up my house in such a way that it actually feels good, that I have house pride instead of house shame. Whatever, there's a million things, maybe I could get that promotion. Maybe I can do that volunteer work at the animal shelter, which is all I really want to do. I just want to go to the animal shelter and be with the dogs and hold them and pet them, but I can't because I have too much else to do. Well, if you're in a personal breakthrough session with me, I'm like, how much do you want it? And if you tell me you want it a lot, I'm like, okay, let's make this happen. What do we need to do? What do we need to do to make this happen? So, okay, so that's it for today. So the person whose name, I wrote down the names of everybody who has joined my Facebook Lives all week and made comments. So I know you were there. If you're watching but you don't make a comment, then it doesn't keep. You need to say, hi, Susan, or something so that I know you were here. So your name can go into the hat. And this is who it is. It's Tammy Jack, my friend from high school. Actually, she has a married name now, Beckenthal. But to me, she will always be Tammy Jack. So Tammy, I want to tell you that yours was the name I picked out of the hat. I wrote everybody's name down this week, and I want to make you this offer of a personal breakthrough session with me. I promise not to be scary. It will be probably the most fun thing you've ever done. So everybody has an opportunity because I'm doing these 3 more times. I'm doing these every Friday in June. Although I just realized the last 2 Fridays I'm going to be in Arizona. So I have to figure that out, make sure I can get on for my live at 5. So Tammy, I'm so excited. I'm going to reach out to you via Facebook message. You're not obligated. You don't have to do this. If you want, you can give it to a friend. So, this is just me making a pure offer of a gift. Okay? All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend breaking through. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are watching this by video, please type in #replay and I'll put your name in the hat for next week. Take care. Bye.